So, guys,
My boys.
we're here. We're
Indeed.
doing it. We got in the studio my bro. He's over here chilling. What's up, man? Say hello.
Hi, the studio.
The studio.
Yeah, dude,
Hell
you know
yeah.
it.
And it's, of course, your boy Artem over here.
Shabam.
Hello.
Bam,
Hello.
there he is. Artaga in the house.
Indeed. And we're here today for episode 8, I believe.
7, my dude.
Episode
I think.
7, I think.
We lost count last time,
It's 7.
but it's definitely 7.
Episode 7 of
We've been doing it, dude.
Meets and Artem's
Artemination's
Game Talk.
We could just call it Game Talk, but
Game Talk.
I don't know. We might switch up the name.
It's true. Arteminations
point.
and guests.
Yeah, I guess, yes.
And we
Game
play
Talk.
games too.
We do play games. Yeah, it's a game talk and play
Game Talk and play.
with guests and Artem Sorokin. That's
That
my
is a
whole name.
long ass
That's you.
name.
That's my whole name. And I'm Ukrainian. Hello. Здравствуйте. Я могу с вами по-русски говорить, если вы хотите.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say to you. Anyway, welcome.
Anyway, welcome. Yeah, we're doing this thing. So,
This is a weekly show where we
It's a
talk about
weekly
video
show.
games, video game news,
Video games.
and video game opinions.
yeah.
But first, generally, we start out with asking each other what we've been playing. So,
That's right.
my boy,
My dude. You want to hear what I've been up to?
fuck yeah, that's what I'm here
Well,
for.
shit. I've been playing a little thing called Hollow Knight.
Only one of the coolest Metroidvanias as of late.
You want to tell us a little more about it, Nathan?
Well, first, I'm going to show you guys a quick little clip here
Uh-oh.
from last time.
Let's check out the clip.
Easy.
Wow,
Easy
look at that, look at that skill.
Boom. No worries.
No big deal, easy peasy. Boom. Destroyed. That looks good. It looks really satisfying, honestly.
Oh, dude, it's so satisfying. This game, in general, hella satisfying.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's awesome. I
love
love it.
this game.
I
I've been
love
having
it.
so much fun with it. It's such a pretty game too. Oh, just in every regard. The sound, the feeling, the visuals.
Yeah,
Solid.
it's satisfying. It's got a really interesting atmosphere to it as well.
Yeah, dude. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I love
I enjoy it a
saving
lot.
little caterpillar dudes.
I know, it's so much fun.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like you're getting close to the point where I'm at in the game right now.
Oh, exciting.
I played a little bit of Hollow Knight a couple weeks ago, but
Okay.
recently Fire Emblem Three Houses
Of
has
course,
taken over
man,
my life.
dude. I would,
man.
if I had a Switch,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
be all over.
Dude, I got so addicted to that game last weekend. I was just like, I was super into the world.
Okay.
I was kind of reluctant to start playing because I had to do a bunch of stuff. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna dedicate some time. I'm not worry about it. I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. I'm just gonna play it. And at first it was a little iffy, and I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling this. And like 3 seconds later, I'm just like, I'm in that universe.
5 hours later.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I'm just like doing all these battles and all this strategy. I'm just
Hell yeah, dude.
oh my god,
I
you go
love
here,
it.
you do that, blah 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 blah. It's so dope. It's so good. Yeah. Still playing that game. Still enjoying it a lot. It's so good.
Heck
It's At first it felt a little clunky. But then when you really get used to all the mechanics and you get used to getting around places and you get used to all the shortcuts and how things work and how things go, how the world operates,
Okay, fair
it
enough.
feels so snappy and fluid and solid. And I'm just like, it's dope. Stuff.
I can't wait to check it out.
Hell
when I get
yeah.
a Switch, that's gonna be
So
like
hyped.
one of the first games I get.
Oh,
It's gonna be
Bet.
great. It's gonna be great. I love me some good old Fire Emblem strategy.
Hell yeah, dude! Tactics, strategy games—that's my jam.
Yeah, dude.
Love that stuff.
You been playing anything else last week?
Oh, I did a little bit of Mordhau. It was pretty
Oh, yeah.
sick.
Very nice.
Yep.
Very nice. Big fan of that.
chopping
I
some
like
heads
that
off.
game a lot.
Yeah.
However, I need a better CPU in order to stream it, my dude. For sure.
That makes complete sense. Yeah, it's pretty intensive, huh?
It is. It's it's a new game,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a very old CPU. It's from like 2012.
Yeah,
Like,
that is actually
Oh,
pretty
that,
old.
that shouldn't be as old as it is.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
insane. It's cool. It's cool how well it's still performing though.
Totally.
7-year-old CPU.
Yeah.
It was able to play games up until like last year before
Yeah.
or so.
Did you get an AMD?
It's AMD. It's an
AMD?
FX 8350.
Nice. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, dude, and it's been kicking ass. But it's time for it to step aside pretty soon.
Yeah,
here.
its time is coming to a close.
Retirement.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Well, it's gonna go into maybe like a streaming PC or a secondary PC.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be enough. You don't need.
Absolutely. That's the plan anyway.
Save it for
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
machine.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
be a good idea to repurpose it.
But
yeah.
it's a super fun game.
It's awesome. Love it.
Mechanics it's nuts.
You just
crazy.
like yeah. Well, you're also a big competitive fan.
Oh yeah, I
so,
love competitive games, dude. You know, I'm very competitive.
Yeah,
I'm very
the
competitive.
fact that game's all about competition. It's just like yeah.
Like I love going to the
completely
dual
your jam.
servers and like
Oh, nice. Yeah.
that I can stream those dual servers.
Okay.
Because
Makes
it's like
sense.
limited.
It's only a
you
couple
know?
of people. Yeah. A little map.
Yep.
I
But,
see.
Like at first, they kick my ass, of course, because these guys have been playing the game.
Yeah,
all
you
the
got to
time.
learn the mechanics, learn how things go.
You gotta get with the timings. Oh man, it's so much fun. Super satisfying.
That's awesome. It's pretty sweet. Well, cool.
Yeah. What about you, my dude? What have you been up to?
Well, you know,
Besides 3.
Besides Fire Emblem.
mainly I've been playing a little bit of Fire Emblem here and there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've been focusing on making video games.
Yeah. Doing your job, bro.
Doing my job.
Stay on that grind.
Yeah.
Hey.
Making special effects.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Otherwise, I don't know, man. Just focusing on hanging out and spend time outside, spend time with some people.
Yeah.
That's real.
Work-life
Yeah,
balance, dude.
exactly.
That's what's
Trying to kind of
Healthy.
live it up this summer. You know, it's summertime.
Yeah,
it's,
dude. Make the most of it.
perfect.
Especially
Yeah.
here,
yeah,
up
yeah.
in Washington.
Yeah, up in Washington State, our summer lasts for maybe a month out of the entire year, and it's the month of August generally.
But right tonight, we got clouds.
Yeah,
all
and it's like
chilly.
it was summer,
So we're wearing jackets.
for like a week, maybe a little bit less. It's like 6
Yeah.
days or something, or something stupid.
And now we go back to normal Washington.
Yeah, now it's cloudy today, and it's supposed to be raining this weekend, and I'm like, huh, cool, dope. I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, maybe we could go on a hike or something. And I'm like, nope. It's gonna.
Oh, maybe you still
gonna-
could.
Maybe.
Hey, come
Go
on.
wet hike. Yeah.
Wet hike, yeah, the classic Washington wet hike.
That's a tradition up here.
Yeah, hashtag wet hike. But yeah, it's otherwise Fire Emblem on the weekends,
Okay, yeah.
fun times and work on the weekdays.
Hell yeah.
It's been a good time.
Right on.
So,
Good stuff, my dude.
Amazing.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
what kind of things? What
Kind
kind
of
of
things.
stuff?
Kind of stuff. News.
Kind of words happened this week?
Well,
my boy.
just yesterday I saw an article there in the Yale Kotaku.
Kotaku, never heard of it.
It's a gaming website.
Is
You
that a
know.
Russian? Is that a Russian thing?
Kotaku.
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 But yeah,
Oh,
apparently,
that's Japanese. Yes.
apparently, Take-Two sent some investigators to
Oh.
someone's house.
I wonder what that means. I wonder if it was just like some like HR dude. He's just like, ugh.
No, it's private contractors.
Oh, okay. It was actual investigators.
Let-
The
like-
company claims it's a private investigator.
Mhm.
There are people also claiming they're like hired thugs type deal. Big intimidating type deal.
Oh, but
So
was it
whether
really?
Is it a combination?
Does
of
anybody
both,
know
or
that, or is that like a
does
Reddit
anyone know
rumor?
anything?
Does anybody know anything
Yeah, dude,
besides
like,
that?
do we know who these people are? Probably not.
Well, it's set, the guy actually, the YouTuber, he says he found the investigators in the private firm on LinkedIn
Okay,
Oh.
with indications they had been contracted by Take-Two.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But
So why did they send him down his way?
well, because you see, for the last several months, he's been putting out a lot of Borderlands content.
Yeah.
You know, but that includes a lot of leak content, and they didn't like their content
Yeah.
getting leaked unauthorized.
Absolutely, and like sure, maybe it was some kind of an employee or something leaking that stuff out, because generally it's either an employee or like some beta testers or something like that. But he was the one that was publicizing it, and he was the one that was making it as widespread as possible, right?
But I don't know. This guy explains this.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the whole story. Of
Yeah,
course.
and I'm sure nobody knows the whole story. I mean, he does, maybe.
He says he received some of his early information based on a mistake by people who were officially promoting the game.
Oh.
In a video that revealed Borderlands 3's official Twitch extension, a username that
Okay.
just was a string of gibberish
Yeah.
was an actual Twitch account, which had in its archives like snippets of Borderlands 3 gameplay.
Oh,
seems like-
very interesting. So they already had publicly uploaded
I don't-
like clips of.
Somehow, I don't think this is what they came after him for.
Yeah.
Because
There's other
I bet
stuff
it's not. I bet there's more to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
He said some too.
Yeah.
He specifically said some.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
So that's not
And
the
it's
whole
early.
story, right?
Right. Yeah. I get that he got, I guess, was super overhyped about it, and he wanted people to know as much as possible. And I definitely get that mentality. And some people enjoy looking at leaks, and some people don't enjoy looking at leaks.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, as somebody who works at a game company, and somebody who has had their game leaked before,
Right.
before release, it was a big expansion for Guild Wars 2, it was Path of Fire, and a bunch of information leaked about it, and that really threw off our marketing team, who put in a bunch of money, because marketing costs a lot,
Right.
and a bunch
to
of time,
coordinate everything.
yeah, into scheduling different gameplay playthroughs with all the press, and scheduling all the advertisements with all the different ad agencies and all the different websites, and airing all that stuff, and
For sure.
yeah, all the different reveal videos and stuff like that, and all that had to be rescheduled and redone and changed based on all the facts that were now out there. And the information was it wasn't even like complete game stuff. Like it was a few months ahead of time.
And that's often the biggest source of frustration is that people report on things that are still fluid, still being finalized.
Yeah, and then players were hyped at first, of course. Whenever there's leaks, they're hyped.
Of course.
But then they start taking apart the information, and then like the mood sours, and they're like, oh, well, I hope
Then the
ArenaNet,
critiques begin.
yeah, it doesn't do this and doesn't do that. And then like if the leaks come out early enough where it gets to the critique stage, and then you start trying to hype the game yourself, how you plan to do it, you get some mixed reaction, and it's not.
Why didn't you do it XYZ way?
Yeah, it's not as much hype as it would have been if it was if it came out the controlled way. And it kind of ruins that whole thing, and at the end of the day, it decreases the amount of sales that we get. It seems like it's a good thing, and maybe some people will enjoy the game more after knowing all these leaks and following it for so long. And some of the hardcore fans that were gonna get the game anyway are gonna get it. And they're gonna enjoy it. But a lot of the times, it's bad news travels a lot faster than the good. So when you see a bunch of hardcore fans complaining about something that gets just leaked, that's all the casuals are gonna see, and then that's gonna sour.
The next time they see
message.
it, they're not gonna think so fondly of the thing. They're like, oh yeah, I remember this thing. They were talking bad about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care about this thing.
From personal experience, I understand why Take-Two's upset about it. But I also understand why he did it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's excited
like,
about the game. He's passionate about it.
He's a super passionate fan.
It sounds like, they're not really going to press charges or anything because they didn't talk about what he specifically did that was illegal, as they said. They said he did some illegal things, but didn't go on to detail what those were.
Yeah, and the fact that he was allowed to release a video explaining it.
I think they came to an understanding, So I can't really get too upset about it. It's just an interesting story,
It's interesting, yeah. It's like who's... Do you know whose side the general public is on?
I know a lot of people in the comments were like, "Oh, I'm not buying anything from Take-Two again."
Okay.
I gotta be honest, man.
And
in most cases like this,
most people,
the public against the company.
Of course,
most of the time.
No one really.
Plus,
most of the consumers aren't gonna care that it's negatively affected the company.
Yeah, of course.
They think it's information. It's whatever, bro. Like, let go of it, 2K. It's only a couple $1 million that are keeping you afloat.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They're like, gonna make your next game better.
$2 million are keeping 2K afloat.
I understand.
2K is a very big company.
Yeah.
For the people who do Guild Wars, I can understand it more. Like, as a real, damaging.
Right. But it's damaging to anybody.
Oh.
It's just depending on...
the amount we should care about the damage.
Right. It's like if something leaks at EA, it's like, eh. Which is terrible at the same time.
Celebrate
God damn it.
I think people are upset though about investigators showing up to his house.
Yeah,
That's what it is, yeah.
I guess they would have preferred more email. Or
yeah,
something.
right.
That's weird. Did they not
just
email
message him on
Maybe
YouTube?
they did, and he just never replied. Maybe he was scared about it.
Surely that would be mentioned. Or something.
Would it?
Well, if the company made a statement about it, they try to damage control. Surely.
It was a 10-month investigation after all.
Sure.
Oh, that's what they said. So maybe they did email back and forth, and then he wasn't giving them all the information, so they sent out these guys and be like, let's just talk in person.
Then what are the guys doing besides intimidating them?
I mean, they're just trying to get the information that he doesn't want to give out.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing.
Yeah. But the only way they're going to be more effective than the email.
We know where you
The scare
live.
factor of them like actually coming.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Yeah, I don't think they did anything. They just
Oh,
chatted.
no, obviously.
Right.
Right? But just the fact that they're like, well,
They're not pulling a gun out like.
Yeah,
"Fucking
no way.
Tell me what
Yeah.
you know.
Where did you get your information?
But I guess it's got to be some sort of like scare factor for people like just showing
Right.
up to your house.
Yeah, at the same time, it's like I feel like maybe they're trying to even like it's not him that they're after, but they're after the internal leaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure
I
out
think
where
that-
he got
that'd
his
be the
information from.
Right.
So he's almost like not a factor. Like sure he spread out the information, but where did the come?
He's
What's the
the
source?
small fish that they're trying to catch to get the big fish.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, it's interesting.
Huh.
It's interesting that's a thing, and people are chatting about it.
I was just as a thought, real quick. In like other media, is it legal to report on leaks?
Is it legal to report on leaks? You can.
Because I feel like I've seen news articles talking about leaks for TV shows. And
Yes.
stuff where like, and they discuss the leaks from the internal.
It's
sources.
legal. It's legal for them.
Yeah, the journalists can
So,
report
I
on,
wonder why
on
they-
things.
On anything they want. Yeah, this guy can report on anything he wants. But the employee, they signed a contract, they signed a non-disclosure agreement with
Yeah.
the company. Like it is illegal for him. They can actually press charges and sue
Oh
you.
yeah,
and-
obvious. For that guy, yeah.
Yeah.
For the person who.
For this guy, no.
Well,
Absolutely
they,
not.
They said he did some illegal things, right?
Maybe he did, but the leaks were not that. Unless he is a licensed, unless he is an approved distributor of information for the company working on Borderlands 2, and he signed an NDA himself, unless he's an official partner, they can't do anything about the leaks. But maybe he did something unrelated that they don't really specify.
Huh.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring up in the article.
Yeah, because we have, like for example, for Guild Wars 2, we have some streamers who are our official partners.
Yeah.
And they get to know our information, to get to play some of our Living World episodes and expansions early, to be able to form an opinion and make videos about it. They have an NDA, and if they leak something, they're screwed.
Well,
Right, that's the end of that
it's an
relationship.
illegal
Yeah.
Agreement.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. It's a legal binding document. But again, if he didn't have that, then, but who knows? I don't know. It's just interesting thing about it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I-
they're just saying it would be illegal for.
Yes.
Had an agreement. Or
Yeah, it'd be illegal for him to leak, but maybe he did
If
something
he's
else.
just reporting on the leaks,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
can't do anything about it.
Right, yeah, it's protected by the Constitution.
Journalism.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a proponent anyway of waiting until a game comes out and check out what the final product's like.
yeah, I hate
before making any
spoilers. Sometimes
judgments.
even spoilers that come out in like movie trailers. This is nothing to do with games, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But also in game trailers, where I'm just like, I just want to go into it blind, man.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
That's why I don't look at trailers
Yeah,
personally.
a lot of
just choose
times
to
trailers
avoid it.
spoil too much, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Here's half the cutscenes in the game," and I'm just like, "Oh."
Yeah, when they do that, you do kind of want to see some of the gameplay, you know? 'Cause
Yeah,
otherwise you
that's why
just
we watch like
fun.
early teasers or whatever.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, what else happened in the
Bam, well,
world
let's
of
check out. Let's switch a tab over. Shabam.
Shabam, my boy?
Boom. Bam. Bam. So the ESA says Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo are gonna start disclosing loot box odds.
Yeah, it seems like the big three are combining
up.
forces.
There are some individual publishers who have also committed to doing the same thing along
Truth.
with them.
Yep.
Telling you what to expect for your hard-earned dollars.
Yeah, it sounds like the guys behind Rocket League are also doing this. They're banning loot boxes
Yeah, altogether.
entirely.
They're
Yeah,
getting
they're
rid of-
they're not only disclosing the odds. They're just like, nope, we're done. It's over.
Which might be a preventative measure, like getting ahead of it, because it sounds like the people like who have been like pushing this
Yeah.
are not accepting this as like
Enough.
the point where they end their push.
So what this does is it takes loot boxes outside of the realm of gambling legally. And sure, maybe they are doing this under the pretense that that we're nice guys, blah blah blah, all that shit. But at the same time, and yes, it does make it a little bit more ethical. But at the same time, it's also it lets them continue using loot boxes for revenue.
Yeah, I think this is actually mostly an empty gesture, though. Like, what is disclosing the odds really doing? Is it affecting anyone who's going to buy the loot crate? I don't think it is.
I
Yeah,
think it's a
I-
requirement in Vegas and casinos.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think this will prevent, excuse me for my derogatory terminology, the whales.
The whales.
from purchasing copious amounts of in-game currency and still using these loot
Absolutely
boxes. But it will. So it's not really going to cut down on loot box revenue much, but it will protect these companies legally.
And it's conforming to standards.
Exactly, which is good.
Gambling.
Yeah, games have very rarely followed any kind of legal structures or laws in any kind of a country previously, as far as a medium. Like it's
Wild West.
yeah, it's a very fresh new
Right.
medium. It's a very fresh new industry, relatively speaking,
Oh,
compared
yeah.
to things like
Absolutely.
film and I don't know, books, right? Any other books, you know, back in the Roman
book
days.
industry.
Back in 300 BC,
That's
when
exactly
the book
right.
industry was created,
When it eclipsed the scroll industry.
the papyrus industry.
Oh my gosh, yeah, when the Library of Alexandria was burned down.
When the stone tablet industry.
God
failed.
damn it. But main point. I know this is interesting. It's cool. It's kind of I just realized that these companies are spinning as a super positive, consumer-friendly thing, but like they're just doing it to make more money.
Yeah.
Of
I
course.
mean, that's everything they do, right?
That's
And to
true.
make it acceptable and more palatable to the general public.
Yeah, I kind of love that. So that makes Psionics or whatever, the guys behind Rocket League, even more of an actual good guy
Yeah, because they're actually removing.
for
Yeah,
doing
good
what
on
they're
them.
doing. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Though, do we want to real quick discuss like what problems may stem from removing loot boxes?
Oh yeah, for
in
sure.
a greater sense. Mm-hmm. Because nowadays, games have remained like pretty steadily priced.
Ever since
While
Every
inflation has
song.
increased,
Ever
the
since-
price of games has remained the same.
the release, I believe, ever since the release of the 360,
Yes.
the highest price for a video game was $60, right?
Yeah.
So throughout that entire generation, which has been many years, throughout the entirety of the
Well over 10 years.
generation following it, it's remained the same. How many years has PS5 been out now? PS4? Blech.
The PS5.
5
now.
years. That's what I meant. PS4 has been out for like 5 years, right? That's
been a while.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's been 15 plus years since game prices have remained the same, and the only reason why is because of game passes and because of loot boxes and because of microtransactions.
Right, they found alternate methods to generate revenue for the developers.
Right, because games have grown bigger and bigger.
Larger
and-
teams,
Yeah,
more
with larger,
expensive.
Now,
with bigger games.
High cost of equipment.
There's also
Software
the
license.
fact
That's exactly
that
right.
They sell more and more. And the thing about games is they are a digital product, so they have infinite
Right,
amounts
the tail
of
has a
the
long
game.
tail.
Yeah, the industry's slowly expanding. The fan base of the industry is slowly expanding.
Absolutely.
But it's not expanding fast enough to cover the ridiculously exponentially growing
Over the last
costs.
15 years? Like,
Absolutely, like remember like
the
GTA,
AAA level,
like GTA
yeah.
Vice City. Let's go that far. That took I'm sure the studio was under 100 people.
Uh-huh.
Now GTA 5, the studio is over 1,000 people.
Multiple locations.
Multiple locations all over the world, and not even the country.
24/7.
Just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of developers working on this game 24/7. Like it's expanded exponentially because the texture demands have increased, the polygon amount, I guess, demands have increased. Just the visual fidelity in general, just the visual. The lighting is now a lot more accurate and takes a lot more care to really nail down. Things are HDR now.
Yeah.
All the animation is now motion capture,
Yeah,
and that takes
yes.
up
Actors
a
and
whole
everything, too.
other industry, and everything's
A lot of
completely
money.
voice acted now. Yeah, and it still takes way more traditional animators to clean up that motion capture data than it was to animate simple like arm swings back in GTA Vice City or whatever.
So
it
many
was.
productive hours
But
have
how,
to go into
how
it.
much did the player base increase between Vice City and GTA 5?
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot.
Because you got to remember, there are middle classes being created in other countries.
It's
like
a worldwide
China,
audience,
India,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Tapping
absolutely.
a whole new market. So like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, so maybe it increased enough to cover the costs, but at the same time, it seems like companies still have been exploring these alternate revenue sources, and I mean, I'm sure there's a reason.
things like Game Pass and
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
Yeah, like most games don't. Most companies aren't like hoarding money. They are taking all the money that they have made from game sales and they're paying their developers, and they are investing in their next products. Like it's rare for a company to stockpile a bunch of cash, unless they get extremely lucky.
I guess it's
Like
rare for
Nintendo or
the-
PlayStation
the
or whatever.
Company, but for the higher ups, it's not that rare for them to
For sure. Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
guess, you get like, I guess, thinking about the company as an entity. Company doesn't exist as a person.
Yeah.
Right.
It
It's a
has
collection
no
of
use for the
individuals.
money, but it can pay it out.
I guess main point is that if a lot of the alternate revenue sources are cut off, are we looking at a potential increase in base game prices?
Yeah, raise the floor price to get in and play the game.
Yeah. So if games started costing $70, was it worth it to get rid of loot boxes? And I mean, what's the word? Ethically, yes.
Counterpoint. So, yeah, what if we raise the base price for these AAA huge big budget games
Yep.
so that these ones brand new at release, they might cost like $100 out the door, right?
Yeah.
But you go on like a year down the line, that game is going to be a lot less expensive.
Yeah.
And furthermore, by creating a higher entry point for acceptable point as a consumer, like that opens the door for more titles at like, you know, the $30 range and under. Like we just saw Wolfenstein Youngblood just came out at $29.99.
Yes.
PUBG originally came out at $29.99.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really great games coming out at a lower price point than the traditional
Sure.
brand new
Though,
huge release.
PUBG
Was early access.
It was also
Indie.
an indie.
Yeah.
And it was building off of like an existing frame that had come from Arma.
Exactly,
3
building off an
Battle
existing
Royale.
framework.
In general, it just seems like a lot of AAA development is slowly slowing down and dying down because it's taken companies a lot longer and a lot more
Right.
money to make these. So the majority of experiences and the majority of games people are playing right now on like Twitch, things that are really popular, aren't that high fidelity, ridiculous, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like how rare does the Red Dead Redemption 2 come out? You know, like
pretty rare.
Fortnite isn't all that high fidelity, amazing looking, super ridiculous, crazy dev. Like it was an accident.
It's also free.
Same with Minecraft.
Right.
How many people made that game initially? It's a few. Like it was one person,
Right.
right? And then it was like 2 people, and that's when it blew up. It blew up when it was a game made by 2 people.
There's also Hearthstone, which is also a free game and also does super well on Twitch.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe AAA has run into a wall
Yeah.
where it's grown too big and it's gonna like implode on itself like a black hole. But maybe not. I don't know. I mean, things like the Avengers movie still exists,
Right.
which are multi-billion-dollar projects.
Yeah, I don't think AAA
in the film industry.
studios are going to go away anytime soon.
But they will.
they'll get bankrolled.
I
They'll
think
happen.
maybe they'll rely more
Yeah.
and more upon the consoles on which they're
Maybe.
like through things like Game Pass and
Through
stuff,
Game
relying
Pass,
on that
absolutely.
type
Yeah.
of stuff for their revenue. more.
Subscription
Yeah.
services,
Yeah.
EA's
Selling, like,
pass.
a license, I guess.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it seems like
Distributed
subscription
media.
services are getting more and more popular.
People like Netflix.
So
right?
maybe
People like
maybe
streaming
a
services.
price of an individual game
Yeah.
isn't even going to be a relevant discussion.
Perhaps,
Because
perhaps not.
Those like game platforms where you don't actually own the games are they're real affordable comparatively to buying games. You know?
Yeah.
$15 a month for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah.
You know?
As long as they offer still a physical version, perhaps that might be a bit more expensive.
Right.
than if we make for the collectors, right? That want to have the
Yeah, but
physical
like,
versions.
how much is a physical version an actual physical version now? Like the shit's not on the disc.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, it's like a quarter of a game.
Yeah, and
it's like a license key with a quarter of a game and like
Essentially,
no manual or anything.
That does bring us
Right.
to a different thing, which is collector's editions and like just higher price copies of games, which I feel have
Yeah.
been becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, slowly but surely, just standard digital games are kind of dying out. I mean,
No,
physical.
physical games,
Sorry, yeah, because digital's taken over. I mean, I switched over to digital many years ago.
Right, long time ago. Our
My
Steam libraries.
yeah, I was like after the Wii was kind of dying down, I was all about digital. I was already digital on PC my entire life, pretty much.
Yep.
And like all throughout like Wii U and Xbox 360 and 3DS even.
Yeah, just keeping it on the.
Yeah,
on the
I've
thing.
never. I think I bought like one physical game on my 3DS, but almost entirely my entire library is on that thing.
Yeah,
It's just so much more convenient.
I'm just thinking real quick, like, because obviously, gaming companies constantly want to expand their audience. They want to move into areas, you know.
Yeah, that's what
But,
we did.
But by having like mostly digital, like games, surely they're limiting their ability to expand areas without like a large.
Yeah,
Even,
I mean
like,
that's
in
why
rural
physical games still
America,
exists.
Yeah,
That's why that
But
transition hasn't
again,
entirely
they,
happened.
Like, they don't really, because like in those rural areas, you buy a thing and then you have to download it for the next.
I guess the majority of the fan base are video games are an expensive hobby.
Yes.
And so people who can afford to buy a console and to buy a bunch of video games are generally people who can also afford to have internet. Is the logic behind it.
Now, but the affordability might not be the problem. It's the availability. There are people like who have the money, but like are in an area without good internet.
100%. A lot of places
Maybe.
in the United States still have really
Like you
no
go
options.
an hour
Yeah.
or two out. Like if you go an hour or two east from here,
Yeah.
From here.
internet is like
really bad.
insanely bad.
That's-
Like you
There's
pay
no options.
$100 a month for like four megabyte.
That's sad, yeah.
Right?
Like it's insane, and like it makes digital games harder to actually use.
But anyway, that's a
Yeah.
whole other
Yeah.
conversation.
It's a whole nother-
That
I
is
feel
a
like
whole other
we have
conversation. We could go on all
completely
day.
derailed.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh yeah.
Do we
What's
still have another one?
is there more news stories out there?
I mean, we're gonna talk a little bit about Mixer and some of the cool features
Oh yeah.
that Mixer had.
I don't actually. Yeah, like
I
it's
hadn't
become a
looked
big
into it
thing
much.
thanks to Microsoft buying Ninja.
Right.
But what's
Microsoft buying Ninja.
That's that's
I
exactly.
mean, Microsoft bought Ninja.
Yeah.
That's it.
But what are the actual pluses of that platform besides their low latency mode?
Well, that's a big plus. There is the emphasis on community interaction through that low latency, right?
Yep.
It's under a second delay is what
Yeah,
they're
it's
saying.
so good.
That's really
because
cool.
I've experienced it personally, like not streaming but being in the audience.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually unreal.
Yeah, and it's really cool. What they're doing is you get rewards for not only streaming but for watching streams
Oh.
and like interacting. You earn that currency.
That's very interesting.
What does that currency do?
Like website currency.
Then you can like use that to like drop like emotes and stuff.
Oh.
And like mini games and stuff. Like let's pull up this picture here.
Make it big.
Bam. There it is next to us.
Oh yeah, it's actually a good
Black
size
frames.
picture.
But yeah, you can see there's like interactive bits. You can like make a vote if the dude's gonna survive, right? Yes or no, and then like you will double your stars that you wager if you get it right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then
That's fun.
Yeah,
That's a really good,
it's interesting.
fun way for the audience to interact, especially when like it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that you can't possibly read the chat.
Right, you're not gonna
Like,
see all those.
like that
messages.
interaction model is no longer viable when your audience is that large.
Right.
So polls and interesting like games like this and
Right,
It is
adding
emotes.
interactivity.
It is cool that's built in, though I would argue that Twitch can do the same thing.
Of course,
It just
yeah, you
requires
can set that
third-party
up.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Does Mixer support as much third-party?
That's a good
like,
question.
As Twitch
Who
does?
knows?
Because Twitch is like
There's
you
a
can
lot
do
of extensions.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
I was
fast.
thinking about writing.
a lot of it is supported. A lot of the things like subscription notifications and all that stuff.
Just
Oh yeah, the basics. The
Yeah, yeah.
basics, you know.
And the majority of things that people use more often than not, I'm pretty sure they're in there. And they also have something equivalent to bits, right?
Right, that's
On,
the currency. They're embers, is what it's called, I think. Yeah, embers.
That's right.
Oh, you get something for viewing?
Yeah.
But that's one thing that I really like about this platform that I'm reading is that you know how you get emotes in Twitch.
Yeah.
Is besides the basic ones, you
subscribe,
pay
right?
money to subscribe to someone's channel. Well, in Mixer, you get experience points and level up from watching and as you watch Mixer streams, you gain experience points, and you get levels, which gives you more emotes and skills. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it does like a animation across the
It
screen or
sounds
something.
like they try their best to gamify the experience of watching somebody play video games.
Right, which is interesting.
Which is a really cool approach, and I
It
feel like
is.
that's not what Twitch is doing.
Yeah, it's different. It's unique.
Yeah.
Because on Twitch, it's pretty sparse, by default.
Right.
Like, you can set up a lot of stuff as a creative streamer
Yeah.
if you put in a lot of work to get
Right.
that going.
That's exactly right.
But
Yeah,
this
it's-
just out of the box.
It sounds like
universal.
Microsoft hit gold
Yeah.
when they bought Ninja,
That
because
is-
now we are talking about it.
Right.
And a lot of
Obviously,
other
like
We wouldn't have talked
a
about
lot,
it
a lot of
otherwise.
talk about it.
yeah,
100%.
yeah, a lot of other podcasts, a lot of other news sites
That's-
are exploring what
Like, what's
Mixer's
Mixer?
all about. I've heard that Mixer is one of the top free apps on the iOS App Store.
Oh, really?
As of like yesterday. And if you go to
Interesting.
top
So it's
charts on Google
popping
Play,
off.
let's see if it's anywhere on there. Top trending. Nope, I don't see
it
it.
has too many options.
Not on here, yeah, not on here. But on iOS, for a long while, it was up there. It was on there. Which was
I
interesting.
really don't think it's gonna take off in the long run. Like they got Ninja,
But this is a
which
really good boost.
Yeah, that's obviously a very good short-term like boost to people, and maybe like they can retain him. But are they going to be able to retain him for anyone but Ninja?
Right.
You know, are people just going to go to Mixer?
But it sounds like a lot of people followed him.
Yeah.
He has like hundreds of thousands of subscribers already on Mixer. Like it doesn't like people
hit a
did
million,
not
right?
discriminate. What?
He hit 1 million or something, right?
He yeah, but I mean
saw
like in the
something.
first day of transferring, he already went up to hundreds of thousands.
However, though, just to put numbers on it, so Ninja is number 1 over there on Mixer, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, of
So
course.
when this article here was written on Tuesday afternoon, he had the most viewed stream at 30,000 plus, but the second most viewed had 4,200 viewers.
Right.
Oh,
So
and
he
that's a big discrepancy.
yeah, and it is a
Right.
big discrepancy
And
because
it's a
Mixer
huge curve like that.
Mixer wasn't a platform a lot of people were looking at.
Right.
But now they will be.
Now they will be, and now it's going to start building momentum,
So that curve might change.
potentially.
There
yeah.
might be a lot more creators in the upper
Right.
echelon.
To be honest, I think what they need to focus on coming up is, like, obviously, individual creators, great, love it. But esports is a huge part of what makes Twitch Twitch. And it's a huge part of what makes Twitch, like, it
Okay.
gets them their money.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
So
Yeah.
I feel like
Sure.
what Mixer needs to focus on is trying to get exclusive deals.
And it might happen. Yeah.
I mean,
they got the
Microsoft-
It
Microsoft
probably
money,
will. It's
so-
Microsoft. Yeah, they have infinite supplies. Yeah. Yeah, it might happen. Or it might encourage Twitch to implement a whole bunch of new, interesting, cool
That's
features.
right.
True.
Competition is a very good thing.
And that's what's also exciting about this.
So it is. I guess they're both huge companies because.
Oh,
Amazon.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was thinking for a second, Twitch is.
It is now.
like,
Isn't
the
that
only company.
weird?
But
They
yeah,
used to
Twitch is
be.
Amazon now, so it is like two
It's two giants, yeah, trying to
fighting.
duke
Two
it out.
giants duking it out,
It's not
exactly.
David and Goliath.
I love
It's
it.
two guys with like
Two
a ton of
Goliaths.
fucking money.
It's excuse me, it's Bionis and Mechanics from Xenoblade Chronicles, the best game on the planet.
Hell yeah, dude.
Only
Yeah.
only
I
point
never got
only
that.
0.5 people in the world know exactly what I'm talking about.
Actually,
I think we have it up there.
We
Right?
do.
It's such a good game. You guys are missing out. Play that shit.
I know.
I wonder who's the new.
Oh, there was an article about it.
Yeah.
I didn't read it because I don't
Shit.
care.
People cared about Ninja though.
Let's see.
People did care about Ninja.
Who's new number 1 Twitch? Yeah, see, that's a popular result.
After the Exodus,
The Exodus. Ooh.
post Exodus.
I think it's probably
Let
Shroud.
my people go. Oh, I forgot about Shroud. Yeah.
What about Disrespect? Is he still a big deal?
Doctor Disrespect?
Yeah, but Shroud gets more. He's number 10.
Doctor Disrespect.
So here, we got it over on the camera.
Yeah, let's pull up.
Bam. Right
Pull up
there.
the goodies.
So number 10,
Doctor Disrespect.
Dr. Disrespect.
Only 3.46 followers.
This is as of, just real quick, June 9th.
June 9th.
So this is a little dated, 2 months
But
ago.
Ooh, but is this still Ninja? On?
oh wait, no, this
It
is.
still has Ninja on top.
yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is what we're looking for.
Oh, look
something
up.
August
Go to
2019.
August 2019. That's correct.
Twitchmetrics.net.
Oh, dude, yeah.
The game.
This is the most popular.
What are we trying to find?
Highest ranked viewership, highest peak viewership. I feel.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, games. Fortnite, Evo, Call of Duty.
Tifu's number 1.
Tifu.
He actually got above Ninja this month.
That's insane.
See?
Well, Ninja's now going to be
yeah.
dropping slowly
Right?
but surely.
So Tifu is now the number 1 individual creator.
Ninja's still number 2.
I love it. Can you imagine if Ninja stays number 2 for like a
number two.
while without even being on the? I wonder how much money he's still getting.
Oh, because subscriptions.
From all
That's
subscriptions.
every Dude, that's almost.
And yeah,
kinda
Shroud
like,
is the.
Dude, that's kind of
ethically,
sketch.
Like, ooh, that's
Like
a
people who
gray area.
forgot to unsubscribe.
Oh, that's a permanent like source of income, right there.
Oh, damn.
I think they might terminate. Oh, no.
I
Wouldn't they
don't-
terminate those subscriptions?
No.
No,
Why?
Why would they? They get
Why
their cut.
would they?
They get their cut. Why would they
Yeah,
cut that
that's
off?
exactly right. They probably want him to keep making that money.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a great thing for them.
That's such an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
Same thing happens with like Patreon.
They want those emotes too, you know.
That's exactly right. Oh my god, they're just
That's
gonna
what
keep
it's all
subscribed
about,
just
man.
for the emotes.
Just for the emotes. Just to have the ninja
Did
emotes.
Ninja have any great emotes?
I have no
I've
idea.
never seen
I
any
don't-
emotes in the wild.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but this is interesting.
I'm just starting to get into Twitch.
I'm excited for the fact that he's on Mixer,
Yeah, that's cool.
just
you know?
just for competition's
Switching
sake.
it up.
I'm
For the same reason, I'm excited that Epic Games launcher is happening and is growing, and it's competition for Valve.
It's a big world. There's lots of space for things to
There
operate.
hasn't been much competition in a lot of these industries,
Right.
in a lot of
world
these
has
Well,
been
I
stagnant.
would say there's always been competition for Steam. It's just
the real
not
shit.
good competition.
It hasn't been, yeah,
But I mean,
not
Discord
not.
has a game store. Twitch has a game store. Everything has a goddamn game store.
Yeah,
Does
but who
Discord
uses
have-
the Discord or Twitch game
That's
store?
exactly what I'm saying.
That's exactly
They
it.
all fail.
That's
Yeah, but the
exactly
Epic Game
it.
Store isn't.
Yeah, for now.
But now there's real competition, I guess is what
Yeah,
we're talking about.
Until Fortnite dies down.
I can tell you that maybe I have competition. I'm gonna buy out games from GameStop and resell them
GameStop.
or whatever.
Make GameStop great
Yeah.
again.
You have to consider though, with Epic though, they are the creators of the Unreal Engine. Therefore,
Yeah.
they have a huge advantage.
They do.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why they have a game store.
Wow.
It's because people who develop things in Unreal
Actually,
get a
initially,
greater cut.
the Epic Game Store launcher, the Epic launcher, started out as the Unreal launcher.
That's right.
Oh,
it was
was-
for
it
their
was-
games.
I've actually had that before.
Yeah, you
It was
had
a-
the Epic Game Store already.
I had
Without
it.
even knowing. Well,
I
if you
definitely
still have
installed
it.
because I never used it.
Gotcha. If you still
Yeah.
had it and you were to open it today, it would update and become the Epic Game Store.
I wouldn't allow
Because it started out as Unreal, and then they added a tab for Paragon.
Mm-hmm.
They added a tab for Unreal Tournament.
Right?
They added a tab for Fortnite.
Yep.
And then they're like, you know what? Instead of keep adding tabs, let's just make this into a store.
Yeah.
And so they just converted the whole thing to a store. So it started out as an Unreal Engine launcher for
It definitely
developers.
makes sense, yeah.
And now developers need to have Epic Game Store installed on their machines to work on Unreal 4 games, which is the weirdest
Boosting
thing in
those
the world.
install numbers.
I know. I'm just like, what the heck, dude? I'm just like, why do I need your stupid store to work on my games that I'm trying to make? Whatever. Yeah, smart, I guess, maybe.
Steam's getting a Halo though.
Are they?
That's a pretty big.
Oh yeah, I heard something about this. That's right.
Oh.
Steam is like the one like who's getting
Steam is the
Halo
launch
release.
platform for
I'm
Halo.
pretty sure.
I have a question.
There's a piece for the
How do we get here?
Yeah, we kind of have been talking for
Main point.
a long time.
Wow.
Is there
It's a
any
podcast.
is there any new interesting
Is
news
that-
stories?
is that-
Any other news stories?
just
I
gonna
mean,
keep it
there's
I know
like-
that Pokemon released a trailer
Yeah,
today.
talk about Pokemon.
Just a quick thing. They just announced something called Galar Forms, which something similar to what they had during the Sun and Moon Pokemon games. I wish they had Alolan Forms. Galar is the name of the region from the new Pokemon. It's based on like England and Great Britain and stuff like that, Scotland, but just a whole island area. And Galar versions of Pokemon are Pokemon that have appeared in different regions, such as like Weezing, which
Okay.
is like a gaseous, like toxic Pokemon.
Yeah.
And the Galar version is like
Toxic boy.
he has like a mustache, and he has like a pollution like factory pipe on his head, and it's like piping like pollution smoke out of it.
Amazing.
And it's like this British like steampunk version of like Weezing, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Interesting.
But yeah, it's like Galar Form Pokemon.
Okay.
There's a few different ones they've announced.
That's kind of cool.
It's kind of fun, dude. Yeah.
I love the fun.
Look up Galar Weezing so we can show it to
Yeah, I want to see this.
the audience. Yeah.
Now, does this exist like in tandem with normal form?
Yeah. No, this guy's just like this is a different evolution. Like
Oh,
like
different- like
he no. It's the same. It's he evolved to look different in this region
and
of
like
the world.
all of them look like this. It's not like normal.
Yeah, there he is.
Fun. British version.
Let's pull up the tweet.
Pull up the twit.
Oh my god.
There it
It's a
is.
pop out.
It's a shot! But it's also like a factory pipe.
Oh, I
That's
love
so
it
great.
so much. It's so stupid.
Isn't that the best, worst thing you have ever
It's
seen?
so stupid and I love it.
I love it to death. Yeah. It looks like almost like a Minesweeper mine. Just like, what the heck? But yeah, they announced these. They also announced
That's great.
the rivals to the game and the evil team they're going to be fighting
Is it
against.
the IRA?
They're actually called Team Yell because they are crazy rabid fans of one of your rivals. And they are modeled off of insane sports fans, like
Okay.
football and
Yeah,
soccer
yeah.
fans.
So hooligans.
Yeah, like hooligans who are like
Interesting.
vuvuzelas,
Yeah.
who are like throwing like tomatoes at you and stuff.
hilarious.
Like don't they're just like yo my team whatever like and, like no matter what
Go
know.
team.
Yeah, and they're all like super big fans of this like your rival, and like no matter what he does, or it's actually a girl. No matter what she does, no matter how she acts, they're gonna be like yo she's like the coolest whatever, and they're gonna fight you. They're gonna be like assholes
They
about it.
always got her back.
That's exactly right.
For
Yeah.
life.
Even when she's not all about it, even when she's like, "Yo, you guys are being mean" or whatever, they go like, "Oh, dude, whatever, just defending your." It's like those bros, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
gosh.
For white men.
Yeah, like
Yeah, taking it way
belligerently
too
drunk,
serious.
like
Yeah.
yeah. So
like,
that's
dude,
the
chill
new. I'm
out.
just like, huh? Maybe it also is commenting on the like the beehive and like that like celebrity rabid fan base culture on the internet.
dig it, yeah.
Where people go after
And obsess.
obsessed, and then if somebody says anything about that celebrity, they're gonna go after them and they're gonna like
Attack.
destroy them on Twitter,
On the tweeters.
the tweeters, and they're gonna be like sending death threats to people over like stupid one-off comment that was taken out of context or whatever about like their favorite singer, and it's just like,
I
come
really
on.
want Team Yell now to be sending death threats as a character.
That's- yeah, what if they will?
You're in
Yo.
your phone like fucking die, Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yikes.
you suck, and I'm just like, whoa.
You suck.
Thanks, Team Yell.
Every time you open your
Listen,
phone,
this
there's
is
new
E-rated.
messages.
This is some E-rated goodness,
Right? That's a little too real.
T for teen.
It's a little, yeah. I mean,
It's just
it's
fucked up.
We can rate it PG-13.
dude. Pokemon scars kids for life. It's that's the new headlines after the game comes out.
Kids for life.
It always has.
They teach them the false lie of evolution. You know?
Yeah, I mean, but also like there's Pokemon who wear their mother's skull's protection,
That is cute.
and it's like really not
That shit's
okay.
depressing.
It's incredibly not okay. There's
Pokemon Lavender Town, you know? That
Yeah.
whole shit. Pokemon
Yeah.
Graves. Not
yes, so
Whole
weird,
tower of graves of Pokemon.
dude.
How do
There's
they bury
a
Pokemon.
Pokemon. What?
How do they bury Pokemon?
That's really
Don't worry
messed up.
about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Video
In the
games.
stone?
Video games, okay?
Oh god.
Dude, there's a Pokemon who's like a teddy bear.
in the stone.
His first evolution is like a tiny little teddy bear, and he's like really huggable and he's really cute and stuff. But then when he evolves,
You fucking
he becomes this thing called Beware, and he's this massive bear, and he's like used to being hugged and hugging,
But he crushes you.
but he kills children
He kills children.
because he's like, oh, I loved you. I used to hug you when I was little, and then he hugs you really hard and kills everyone.
Didn't Alakazam doesn't he lead children out into the forest at night? Wasn't
Something like that,
wasn't
yeah,
his
and just
entry point?
disappears and leaves them there. And I'm
Shit,
just like,
Pokemon's dark.
it's
isn't it?
always been
It's really
dark. Yeah, and now they're commenting on the dark reality of real life with Team Yell.
And
the next
fancy
edition.
Caps of pollution.
Well, they are,
It's
are called
unbelievable.
pocket monsters after all.
Yeah, slave boys, aka.
Slave him on. Gotta enslave them all.
Anyway, thank you for listening to episode 7 of
Yeah, that
Nation
was a
and
fun
Arms
time.
Game Talk. Nation and
Episode
Arms
7.
and guests, Game Talk, and
Hiya.
gameplay.
Didn't guess for some reason.
Yeah.
Today we didn't really have much gameplay because we just talked for a long time and just really gotten
That was the
into
whole
the
thing.
conversation.
Oh, my gosh.
It is time,
this
my dude.
It was a long podcast. It
Yeah,
took us an
man.
entire hour.
Dude, we
But-
talked about a lot of stuff. There's a lot to chew on there, man.
Yeah. It was only a few subjects, but they were very
Conversations,
very
man.
meaty
That's what you gotta
topics.
do.
very
Hell yeah,
meaty.
dude.
Yeah,
I
we
was a
discussed
fan.
them in depth.
It was cool.
That was a good time. Thank you so much for listening.
yeah.
If you have
Good
any
time.
questions, so we can finally
Post
do
it in the comments below.
question
Or tweet
segment
us.
to this podcast. Tweet us. Tweet us on the tweeters.
On the Twitter.
That's how I pronounce it.
Yep,
And it's
that's the
at
thing.
it's me11d or at Artaga with it H.
The
Tweet
most
us.
powerful of the Artas.
Artogs.
Yeah, it's funny because it's a Final Fantasy thing. It's a joke.
Nerd.
Hey, is it me?
Yeah.
But thanks so
Hell
much
yeah.
for listening, and I will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Next week on Game Talk.